What up? It's the voice of the unit, DJ Chaotic, representing that G unit. G-Unit. And you are tuned into the #1 podcast, the Right Now podcast. Pay attention to my brothers, JC and KJ. Y'all know what it is.
What's going on, everybody? This is Right Now podcast with JC and KJ.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody locked in and tuned in with us as we go ahead and start
This episode.
Today's episode, we're going to dive into a topic. I'm calling it black tax. We'll kind of dive into what that really means, what our takeaway or my takeaway is from it. And hopefully we get some good feedback from you guys as well. But speaking of you guys, appreciate everybody's been locked in, tuned in with us.
Yeah.
Everybody's been liking, following, subscribing, sharing.
Telling their best friend.
Yeah.
And, hopefully their best friend is passing the message along too.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, man. Real quick, man, shout out to P. Shout out to Philip, man.
Oh, yeah.
Gave us a quick laugh, man, and kind of threw us off our game real quick, man. He's been on the show a few times, man. Shout out to Lionheart Fitness.
Yeah.
P, man, appreciate that good laugh you just shared with me. And
hey, can you?
Hey, you don't need
share that? I need that.
Nah, we good.
Look,
P.
I need that.
Nah, he don't need it. P.
I need that.
Oh,
pause. Hella pause. But if you're listening, bro, I need you to go ahead. Let me get that. Slide that in my DMs. Hella pause.
Whoa. Let's move on with the show.
But I need that. Super hella pause.
Yeah. So the black tax, man, how I kind of look at it as like the cost of success in our own community.
Okay.
Right? What does that entail? And, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Right? So when I sent it to you about, let's talk about this, what were your thoughts on it?
Kind of like, well, first I had to, like, when you just send me like the black tax, I'm like, okay, so something about the cost of being black or something of that nature. And then when you kind of like send me like the outline and things of that nature, or what the general topics were, then I did a little bit more research, so I had a better understanding. But like originally, I just thought like, first thing I was thinking about like just the cost of being black, just in general, like living life as being a black,
yeah,
and having to deal with like the systemic things that deter us from success.
Yeah. Do you feel like success comes with a bill?
Yeah. I feel like it does, but it shouldn't, if that makes sense. Because it's like
now let me make this clear. It's not just about money.
Right.
It can be about pressure, expectations. One thing on us men for sure, responsibility.
Right.
So that's kind of like it doesn't necessarily have to fall on to money, right?
Yeah, I would kind of break it down as like the unspoken expectation. That basically like whenever you, I guess what they would consider like level up.
Yeah.
Rather it be like financially, rather it be socially, professionally, that you're now responsible for everyone who didn't, basically. And so it's like that's like you got the hook up, hook me up.
A lot of times though, sometimes it can even, fall into family, right? You be the one that, hey, I'm gonna have to reach out to you every time we need something. When this reunion pops off, hey, I need you to do this for us this time. That can also be a part of the black tax, right?
Yeah, basically the expectation that, because they perceive or see that you are on a different page or on a different path, and you gotta pay. You're basically being taxed by the community.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes they put guilt for not being able to help everyone.
Yeah. The guilt trips is crazy. But like it's not. Sometimes you just gotta take care of yourself, and I can't take care of us if I'm not even taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Because if my cup's empty, then your cup's super empty.
Yeah.
So I gotta work on, first of all, let me fill my cup up first, and as I'm filling my cup, I can show you how to fill your cup up too. But you want to.
Speaking of filling cups up though, but statistically,
like that,
black families, they earn 33% less in a household. So when you look at, that falls into, a lot of systematic stuff that's in place. But when you look at that as well and how that kind of plays into all the stuff that you still having to rely on, right? Even though we're making, you think we've made it, we're still making 33% less than the other folks.
Right.
So is there a way, like, so how do we handle this, bro? Like what's the next step, or what do you feel like, or is there anything that you've researched on or looked at that you feel like kind of plays in part that with that as well?
I mean, that comes with like the current climate of the culture. And so like the only way that you can do that is by like having your own, and you be that business owner who pays your people the way in the manner in which that you're complaining about. Because sometimes you have to start within in order to create the change.
When you say within, what do you mean?
Like, okay, it's already the network or whatever, but like you're part of the network and you want change.
Oh, so like you mean like,
so you
so
start
if you have
the change.
success changes the dynamics of your circles. Is that what you mean?
Sometimes it does. The more successful you are, it gives you more access to different channels. You get to unlock more keys.
But does that also mean, you get to unlock more doors. You get to unlock different situations, right? Yeah. But does that also mean you have to shut the door on past situations?
Sometimes. But not always. But like, it's not like the first thing that you're doing is looking to shut the door. Like, see, the way that I look at the black tax is like, okay, boom, I opened up this new door. Now I'm obligated to bring you through the door too. I shouldn't be obligated to bring you through the door. Like, if you want to come through the door with me, then for sure. But like, you shouldn't be obligated. Like, if you decided to chill and not follow me to get to this door in the first place, when I make it through the door, like, I shouldn't be obligated to bring you along with me.
Yeah. There's that quote that goes, some people love me and some people love what I can do for them. Right. So it's the same situation, right? So it's it's not always about. If it is that situation where it's always that it's not a transactional, right? What can you do for them? What can you do? You're always feeling like you're having to do something. We're not telling you, hey, you got to cut those motherfuckers off.
Right.
It's not what we're saying. But sometimes in order to completely level up, you do have to disengage some things so that you can go to the next level. Sometimes, a lot of times, some things, in order for things to go to the next level, you have to let go of the weight. You look at a hot air balloon or some balloons or something carrying 5 or 6 people and it's too heavy. Hey, one of you guys got to get off so we can go to the next level. Unfortunately, that's the same thing with sometimes your life and your situation when it comes to success and wanting to, sometimes having to level up.
I mean, airplanes got weight limits, bro.
Even airplanes have weight limits, right?
So you can only carry so much. You can only bring
on a roller coaster, it says you have to weigh a certain size.
Gotta at least be this tall. You gotta fit them all.
There's a reason why, right? So in order to go to the next level, even at an amusement park, right? You gotta, unfortunately, sometimes you gotta let go, right? But with the black tax, it does come, we feel like, or that person could feel like way more responsibility lies upon me, right? Now, everybody's reaching out to me. What's that do for my mental?
It can be draining sometimes.
Yeah.
It can be very draining because, like, it's the, I don't want to use like entitlement, but like something along those lines. Like, it's not just, it's a financial, it could be a financial one, because then not everybody wants to, you got it now, so shoot me some.
Yeah.
Or it could be emotional.
Yeah. I mean, that silent pressure of being the one that made it, man, is
crazy.
You talking about how they say pressure busts pipes, man, but you'd be like, it does. Blood vessel pipes, all kind of pipes.
Yeah.
Right? The mental is huge, right? So you've got to make sure that you're staying in that mental clarity, for sure, whether that's going to the gym, right? Whatever it is.
Or whatever.
Well, whatever.
Sometimes you have the guilt of saying, When your people are, they're going through it, but you got to get with saying no.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, sometimes, carrying the black tax comes with just being the strong one all the time. Like always. Like every single time. Like all the time. That's just, that can be mentally draining too as well. Sometimes pressure can build resentment.
Yeah. Survivor's guilt.
Survivor's guilt.
You the one that made it out.
Yeah.
Why, people, man, that could have been me. That could have been me doing that. But that's
yeah, I mean, kind of circle back to like what I was saying earlier. It's hard to keep pouring into people.
Yeah.
Who only see your cup as a resource.
Yeah, and there was times where I've had, and I'm gonna be honest with you, where I felt like I shouldn't even belong in this room with these kind of people. I didn't know I had made this far yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like imposter syndrome, right? So there's been times where I had to realize, I am supposed to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a real thing. Not realizing you're supposed to actually be in those rooms because you feel like you're not ready yet. So it's imposter syndrome, and that's part of that mental aspect of it.
No, that's factual. Let me ask you this: do you think that we, as a culture, like romanticize the struggle too much? Like, if you're not struggling, then you're not real.
100%.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I've been told, nah, you don't know the struggle. That's you bullshit. I'm not supposed to show you my struggle. Why would I show you my?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to acknowledge the struggle and like acknowledge the steps and things that you've been through, but like that should be your defining moments
of who I. Yeah. It should be. Man, I don't know if you're struggling or not, but I'm proud. I'm seeing how you did what you did, bro. Where you are now, not worrying about if what I had to do to get there, am I struggling or not? The fuck that guy do anything?
Right. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, though, yeah, the silent pressure of being the one who made it.
Yeah.
Success is supposed to feel good, bro. But sometimes, like you said, it feels like guilt. Like you said.
Yeah, bro. It's you talking about guilt, man. It's tough sometimes. It's tough for me to really celebrate a lot of the wins that I have, knowing that I do know so many people that are, I don't want to say struggling, but struggling, bro. So, there is guilt in that sometimes.
I was just about to ask you that. Like, have you ever been in a spot where
not that I'm like a fucking millionaire,
No. But
end of the day,
everybody again, like we go back to like success again, and the definition of success looks different to everybody. So like my definition of success for myself it might not look like the definition of success for you.
Yeah.
And your definition for success for me is not going to look like my definition for success for me either. And we have to understand that everybody's levels and ranges are to their own.
Yeah.
To their own self. And when you're trying to compare, or when you're comparing life and lifestyles and this and that, like success to them could be something different because of where they came from. And success to you could look like something different because of where you came from.
Yeah, 100%.
Your journeys are different. So your success levels are going to look different too.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's watching, hoping for me to fail.
Bro. And that's, I hate that we as a people have that like thought process. Cause like,
I feel like some of my
closest
folks, bro.
Cause we also romanticize hating too. Like if you ain't got haters and you ain't doing shit, like, yeah, you got people who like don't want to see you win, or it's perceived that they don't want to see you win, but it could be just from a like, not necessarily like a jealousy or envy situation. It's just like, I know fam, and they feel like you quote unquote switched up, and it's not a switch up.
It's not a switch up.
It's never a switch up. It's just you start moving different. It's because you got to move differently because I'm in different circles and I'm in different circumstances. We're not the same people that we was back in 2020.
Yeah, somebody
18.
About 25, 30 days ago, we were out somewhere and somebody, a good friend of mine, we was all sitting down, me wife, everybody was all sitting down watching a game or something. We was out somewhere. He said, "Man, Rome, bro, like, what happened, bro? You just not the same you used to be, bro. You used to be like you was like funny, bro. You was always funny." I was like, "I'm still funny, but now, it's hard for me to really just let go and enjoy the way I really want to, because everybody's not in the same happiness that I want to be at, bro. And so for me, it's just let me just be who I am. I'm content. I'm cool. Like, it's hard for me just to. I can still get there.
Yeah.
I can still get funny and loose and all that, but just let me just. I'm not the same as I was. You got to change a little bit.
You do, like, again, like you move differently, and my outlook is differently, and the way I handle things is differently. So yeah, I got that, but it's just not on display right now.
Yeah,
I know when to bring it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, you gotta. Sometimes you're just out there just trying to enjoy. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy what I earn. Like, you end up having to explain yourself, like, why you bought something, why you move, why you this, why you that. Like, you gotta justify your piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy. And then, like, if you don't, like, explain, then it's like, now you're selfish.
Yeah, man.
Or you're disconnected, or like you're too good.
Anxiety around boundaries because you're having to say no without feeling selfish. Bro, that's a motherfucker, bro. Having to have these anxieties, having to be so anxiety because you don't want to let somebody down.
Well, yeah, because again, they put the pressure on you, the pressure that shouldn't be on you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask for that. But, like, we're out here trying to do better for people, and we're trying to do better for everybody else. And, people don't understand the difference between, like, me giving back and then, y'all bleed me dry.
Yeah. I mean, this can have this could have a emotional and a mental cost behind all this. Now, at the same time, it could be a great thing that you're the one that was the first person to maybe buy a house, first person to graduate, first one to become a doctor in your family. Oh, that is great. Now, we're not knocking none of that.
Yeah, no, that's
what we're, that's what we
that's
hope
what
for.
We're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
We talk about building the legacy and cultivating those relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's part towards the end.
100%. Yeah. But this is just some of the things that come along with that black tax that comes attached to being that one that was successful.
That's like, and then what happens is like we're talking about again more on the guilt train is like we give because we feel obligated. Yeah. And not because it's just something that we can do that's sustainable.
Yeah.
It's we're so we now become so needed that there's not any systems in place like without us. And it's like then the worst thing happens, and then now we all broke.
Yeah.
Because we done took all the eggs from the golden goose.
Yeah.
And then we're not, again, at the end of the day, like a lot of people are probably just hearing like money.
Yeah.
Like financially. This is not financially, it's emotionally too.
100%.
And if you take all my emotional bank, my financial bank is not the same either.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like I said, we talk about financial literacy all day.
Right.
But emotional literacy is what keeps us sane, bro. It's what keeps us going. Right?
Right.
And we always talk and we pray to break, generational curses. But nobody told us that breaking those might break us. Might break you. You having to break that chain means you might have to be broken. But
like that.
But let's talk about, also how that can lead into how we just talked about, being drained.
Yeah. How do you balance being generous without being drained? How do you do that? What do you think?
Like giving back, like giving
Yeah.
giving and not having to feel drained about giving?
Yeah. How do
Or
you?
just
Yeah. Like, how would you balance being able to be there, but like not then becoming emotional drain because like you're spread yourself too thin type stuff.
well, you got to make sure there's a line.
Okay.
You got to make sure there's a line between help and harm.
Okay.
Right? So those are, at that moment, whatever it is you're trying to help somebody with, you just got to make sure you're giving to or whatever versus feeling drained. You've got to have that line, and sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it really helping them or is it doing more harm? Is it helping me or is it going to cause me more harm as well? Right? So I guess that would be my first step on setting that up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Healthy versus unhealthy giving.
Healthy versus unhealthy.
Yeah.
Definitely, establish boundaries.
Yeah. Being able to, like I said, to learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Drive by those motherfuckers. No, I'm just playing.
I think I would piggyback that one with like, before you do whatever it is, it's like, ask yourself, like, am I doing this like out of love or am I doing this because I'm obligated?
Yeah. Set limits, not walls then.
Set limits, not walls.
Right? Because there has to be a boundary.
Right. Definitely have to establish boundaries.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, because like, you maxed out got credit cards, man. You max them out. You max out the emotional card. You got to pay down the interest, and then you can come back to me, and then we'll recharge and get it pushing.
Yeah. But I'm all about, supporting people for empowerment.
Okay.
Not for enablement.
Okay.
Right. So if what you're doing is all about an empowerment, let's go for it.
Okay.
Right. I'm not going to support you if it's going to be an enabler to you.
Got you. I think that's becoming empowering instead of enabling is kind of how you would, I guess, start breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
So that will be like, you don't necessarily stop helping people in general. It just you stop being the only help they have. Stop being the go-to.
Yeah.
Because you can't be everybody's go-to.
Because helping can lead to dependency.
Yes, sir.
Helping can lead to dependency only. It's no longer helping, it's dependency. I'm dependent on you.
Now, and then your dependability on me now becomes my obligation.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, damn, how did this happen?
Yeah.
But it's a cycle, and no one ever you got to break the cycle.
Yeah.
So like, it's all about, building smarter, not heavier. Okay. So things like, investing knowledge instead of just paying a bill. Or like helping someone start a side hustle.
Yeah.
Instead of just tossing them some bread that adds on to the other bread that you already let them have, that you already knew you wasn't getting back in the first place.
Yeah.
So now you just got money that you just not, expecting to get back.
Yeah.
But low key,
you move
kind of
from
need
pain
it.
to purpose now.
I mean, kind of low key needed it, but
Yeah, you're moving from pain to purpose now. Yeah. Putting your offering a perspective and solutions versus just doing stuff.
Right. Yes, sir. Or you're building ladders instead of carrying folks on your back. What was the line?
So I'll tell you what what I like. I saw this, and I'm big on this, right? I am now. I want to, but mentor over money.
Okay.
Teach someone.
Each one teach one.
Something versus just giving money.
Got you. I like that.
Let me show you how you can make some money. Let me teach you what you can do to earn to help you change your life.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're already doing wooty woo. Why don't you wooty wop? And then you can get some bread. You don't even have to ask me for no bread because you already got it, because all you needed was wooty 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 woo. Nah, that makes perfect sense. That would be like, what do you say? We all rich, better teach your folk. Something about, teaching people how to fish instead of giving them a fish type shit. I forget the The quote.
Teach someone how to
teach a man how to fish. He eats for several days. Give a man a plate. He eats for a day or something like that.
You messed that one all up.
I messed it up. I know I did. That's why I go
now because you messed it up so bad.
Damn.
Give a man a fish. He'll eat for a day.
I did it backwards.
Teach him how to fish. I can't shit something like that. You done messed it all up.
Yeah,
now.
but if you know the quote, bro, you know what I mean.
Man.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Something. Yeah, just teach others how to create income.
Yeah, teach people
not just how to receive it. Basically, just teach them how to get it. Teach them
how to get it.
Teach them, not just how to receive it. How can they get it as well, right? Breaking the cycle means you're building systems that outlive your sacrifices.
Exactly. One more time, please. One more time.
Breaking the cycle means building the system that outlives your sacrifices.
Outlives your sacrifices.
I tell people all the time, man. I promise you, if you just right now take small sacrifices, just small sacrifices, things will change. I mean, in order for things to change for us,
Wow.
somebody had to sacrifice.
Wow.
Right.
And
if you're telling me,
take on the church.
If you're telling me that Jesus, God's son, is can make a sacrifice. If God can say, I got to sacrifice my son, who are we to say we can't sacrifice small things as well? Small things. I'm not telling you sacrifice your only child.
Only begotten son?
Come on, man. What I am saying is sacrifice playing the game for 3 hours. A sacrifice going out instead. Sacrifice. There's a lot of things that you can sacrifice, but instead, egos and pride get in the way. I don't know why I just said that or who I was talking to, but
if you felt
small sacrifices are needed in order to be successful.
Yeah, minor setback for a major comeback.
Yeah,
I understand that one. I think that kind of leads us into the legacy over lifestyle.
Shit, redefine what we own, huh?
We've been sold on this idea that making it means looking successful. The cars, the trips, the flex.
Yeah.
The legacy don't need validation. Legacy speaks when you're gone.
Yeah. And legacy isn't just about money. Let's make sure we understand that. It's not just money, as Diddy.
It's not.
It's a mindset, structure, it's vision. So
systems, education.
So my question in all this would be, think long term.
Okay.
Think long term. That's what you got to do.
Think long term.
Long term. You got to challenge yourself to think long term. Stop measuring success by how many people you carry. Measure how many people you can empower. Right. So I had a conversation with somebody today. Matter of fact, where I told them, look, man, it's cool if you're being successful, but how many people under you are being successful?
If you're the only.
How many people have you brought up to be successful? Because some of the people I know under you are struggling. They haven't had the single thing yet. You're being successful.
That brings me to the Nipsey quote, but you know what I'm saying?
Are you going to mess that one up?
I am.
Oh.
I am.
All right.
I am. Something about in the circle, you're not in the circle, you in the cage. Yeah.
So, I would like to see some of you guys or some people that if you feel like this is something that you're being held to, the black tax form, shift from being the person of taken care of to being that person to create an opportunity for.
Okay. They have it as from being I don't like it, savior to a strategist.
Okay.
So I don't really like the first part of it, but I like the strategy part.
Yeah.
But yeah, just how do you flip it from being the go-to, the dependent, to the strategist,
yeah.
to make it to where we're all doing things. So like, you want to build systems, something that doesn't collapse when you stop paying for it.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's not all about money and things of that nature. It's all about like sustainability and bringing people along with you.
Yeah, legacy means the
but
next
not
generation.
because you're obligated though.
Yeah.
Because they want to come, or
they want to come.
they want to come.
Yeah,
not
like-
because like I don't want to drag you, bro. I don't want to drag you through the door, bro. Why would drag you through the door when such and such want to run through the door with me?
100%. You know, a lot of people though. A lot of people say they hustlers, but end of the day, you guys just mall walkers, bro.
Part-time
You're mall walkers.
hustler.
You're not really that
not
person.
the mall walkers.
Yeah. Yeah, you're Cadillacing.
Nah, Cadillac and damn.
Yeah, you know.
I only heard that term out here, bro.
See, that's what it is, though. You know, you can sit here and say you want it, but when the opportunity feasts itself to you,
What you call that? Entrepreneur?
entrepreneur. I'm not even talking about being an entrepreneur. I'm just
No, I'm
talking
just saying, like
in general.
want it.
But
you want it, but you don't want to do what
getting
it
back
requires to do it.
Yeah, but getting back to the black text, because again, it's not always about money, right? Because a lot of times I do want people to when people get into business like the company with me, right? I always ask them why. One of their first whys is kids, family, financial. They want this and this and this. Okay, great. Well, I don't want you doing what I do forever, right? Earn some money, let this be a funnel, do whatever you want to do in life, because this can lead your way, right? But ultimately, because legacy, it isn't really just about the money when it comes to it, right?
Okay.
We talked that. So it's about being able to let the next generation, your kids, not have to pay your version of the black tax, though.
Okay.
Right? Because you've already done that. You've already paved the way.
I've already paid it.
Yeah. So now it's time for me I've made these small sacrifices for you guys to enjoy everything, right? So legacy, again, isn't always about money. It's about you being able to set up the generation to not have to worry about your version of the black tax. You agree?
Yeah, like that's why we pay the taxes, so that way the taxes are already paid. So in the
100%.
future, you don't have to pay the tax. Well, my
100%.
tax anyway. You don't have to pay the new generation version of the tax, but like it's not a debt that's passed along. It's already been paid. It's already been handled.
Yeah, there was this quote. It said, legacy is when your success feeds the future, not everyone's presence needs.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked it too. That's why I copied it. But so what I like for those watching, those tuning in, if you can drop a dime, however you're listening, reflect on how you've personally experienced maybe the black tax.
Okay.
Encourage each and others maybe to tell their stories with you as well at work. Somebody that you chop it up with, maybe at the barbershop, whoever it is. See if you can get their version of black tax. See how it kind of emulates, or if it's kind of close to where yours is as well. Any Q&As that we see up, we'll definitely read them out next week and kind of dive into that. I mean, obviously you can't end black tax overnight, but we can obviously stop paying interest on guilt. That's how I look at it.
That's like, yeah. The black tax is real, but it doesn't have to define us. You can love your people and still set boundaries. You can still give back without giving out. We don't owe it to our community to carry it. We owe it to help build it. Okay. We owe it to create structures that outlast us. We owe, again, like you said, the sacrifice without balance, sustainability. So at the end of the day, like, you got to ask yourself, like, are you building a legacy? Or are you paying interest on someone else's expectations?
Expectations are
Motherfucker.
But hey, this is Right Now Podcast with JC and KJ. Appreciate everybody logged in and tuned in with us. Make sure you if you haven't, you hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, hit that share button. Also, if you haven't, hit comment and leave a comment, no matter whatever you thought it was, right? Again, we appreciate everybody's been locked in and tuned in with us. You guys have a good one. Make sure you tune in next week. We out.